Hates us.
The comment here from Man Like Zane, 2 streams in a week after you've been gone for months. I appreciate your return. He says, Terry, did you see our masterpiece last night? We are on for third. Never mind Martinez you bought. Saliba is way ahead of him. I mean, Arsenal were brilliant last night, weren't they? I mean, they absolutely butchered Chelsea.
I mean, like as I said again, it was bad. It was a beating. And like any Chelsea fan that looks at that game and isn't worried or isn't somehow humbled, then you're lying to yourself, because Arsenal looked very, very good. And I think obviously we're gonna get to it a lot more, but Jesus, man, that's a player.
It is. I mean, you've been quite damning though of Tuchel. I mean, Tuchel out was trending last night. Do you think that's too much of a knee-jerk reaction though? Like, is Tuchel really under that much pressure?
I mean, it's weird because it's like Abramovich isn't around anymore. If Abramovich was out, this guy literally, it would be like a countdown as to when he'd be sacked. We don't know how Bowley rolls. But I think the issue that people have with Tuchel is, what's your game plan? What is your philosophy? What do you want your team to do? Because at least because Sarri had a philosophy, whether you like it or not, he had a very particular way of playing and a very particular philosophy and a personality. Same with Conte. The issue with Tuchel, and I think the danger is, the way he manages actually works well for cup games, but not for league games. That's why he does so well in the cups, because you have 7 or 8 games. Can you come up with a strategy to not beat your opponents just for this one game? When you have 38 games, you need a consistent personality every single week, which he doesn't have. So guys saying, bro, like, this is your summer. You have your players. You can pick your players and so forth. I know that you need more players and so forth, but still, Sterling is there and everything. And this team is playing as if, like, they're 8 weeks, 9 weeks behind schedule. Like, the football is horrible. And it's been trashed since last season. So, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just bad, bro. Because if the football is bad and people don't have any direction, you have to look at the manager, because he's the captain of the ship. So,
yeah, I get he's the captain of the ship, and I think there is a lot of pressure. But it sounds like he's feeling it. Like the way he was talking, I don't think we'll be ready for the start of the season. There's lots of players playing that want to be gone. Like things. It was interesting because it's the first time I've really listened to him speak this summer, and he just didn't look, sound, or have the body language of a manager who feels confident right now. And I think that if you're one of the other top 6 and you're a team that's got its eyes on the top 4, a Champions League place, the domestic trophies, you're probably looking at Chelsea and kind of, that meme of that dude who's got licking his lips, got his hands together.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably how you're looking at Chelsea right now. You're thinking, hang on, this could be a team that we could knock out the way, especially if they perform like they did last night. However, at the same time, I've seen teams have terrible preseasons, and by the time balls are kicked in real life, they turn that on, they turn it on. So I'm not writing Chelsea off. It wasn't a very good look. On Arsenal, though, honestly, they look scary. They look really, really scary. Really good, really powerful, hardworking. And again, they've got to make that actually happen in those opening few games and then grow from there. But if Arsenal play like that on the regular, they're going to be a threat next year in the Premier League.
Well, not like for me. I've always felt that Pep Guardiola held back Jesus. That we didn't see the full Jesus under Pep. What you're not going to see from Jesus is, okay, I now have my buddy in Martinelli next to me right now. Saka's there. I can now express myself, and just how you've seen him play, the freedom he's playing with, the way he's linking with guys, you didn't see it under Pep, which is a very micromanaged system. Yes, Arteta worked under Pep. I think Arteta, there's a lot more freedom to express yourself as opposed to what Pep wants, where he wants to always pass the ball. So if Jesus pops off for Arsenal, they could be a threat. Because if this guy really pops off and really connects well, they could be a serious threat, because Arsenal almost got fourth without a striker. Think about that, Terry. Eddie Nketiah, look, lack of threats. Without a striker, they almost got fourth. So now they actually have a goal scorer, a striker, and actually a quality player. So basically, the Premier League is going to be crazy next season. It's going to be crazy next season because you cannot. If Jesus is playing like that on the regular, you can't ignore them. You can't. So
without a doubt, and Jesus' finishing is very good at that, and that's what I think. That's what he's always been there. What impressed me the most about him was how he got out of tight spaces. His touch and his turn, his speed on the ball, his quality in possession, and I think that he was just overlooked at Man City, and I knew that and felt that because it happened at my football club. It happens at when you. The great Man United teams, the great Chelsea teams of the Premier League era, the great Arsenal teams, Barca teams. There's so many players within those teams that were kind of overlooked as bit part players, but they were actually very, very good. Arsenal had a player. He's a pundit now that winds everyone up, but there was a player at Arsenal called Paul Merson. And Paul Merson was out of this world as a football player.
That guy was good.
Because of the other superstars that Arsenal had, he was kind of looked at by the new generation as like, oh, he's all right. And then he left and he went to Middlesbrough and other places and was absolute dynamite, carried on playing for England and was very good for England, of course, battling those demons as well. I always think, imagine how good Paul Merson would have been if he wasn't addicted to drugs and alcohol and gambling. Like he could have been even better. But there's always been players like that. And I think Gabriel Jesus will be one of those who leaves, becomes the main man somewhere. And if he maintains this streak of form, this confidence that he's got that oozing through him, he's going to be a serious, serious player.
But you know what's wild, though? It's actually crazy arrogance by Man City. We are so confident of our superiority in the league. We are so sure that we're good. We're actually going to give a Jesus to a potential rival, give a Sterling to a potential rival. Now, I think Chelsea got the wrong scraps from Man City because I would have taken Jesus over Sterling. But it's like Arsenal, even with Jesus, are not good enough to say anything to Man City. But it just shows you how strong City are because it's something to look into that you are literally giving two of your pretty top tier attacking players to other guys within your league because you're so confident of how good you are and how good you believe Haaland is going to be. So that's wild.
Yeah, listen, there's some serious players there. Some super chats here that says that Jesus heading up that press is fire. Absolutely true. This here says if Laporta didn't do what is best for the team, and that is selling Frankie in this case, they would complain. People forget the amazing work the new board have done in the past year. Listen, look, Laporta is what Laporta is. He's not even the thing is, he's not even a liar.
The guy just talks a lot.
Yeah, of course. But that's part of what their job is. I keep saying this to people. To a degree, stop listening to what your managers, your owners, say publicly. They're giving you like 30, 40% of the truth most of the time. Someone said yesterday, oh, I'm annoyed that Ten Hag isn't demanding more players. Well, he's being sensible. He's telling you we need more players, but if we don't get them, I can develop somebody. Because what you need to do is keep your own squad know you're lying, right? Your squad will know, oh, we need more players. But what they want is to be protected publicly. And when you're the owner of a club, sometimes you just got to keep confusing everybody and throwing out curveballs, as it were. Like, I think people kind of, take him the wrong way. And they had done a good job to turn things around at Barca. This super chat says Havertz is crap, given a free pass because of the Champions League goal. Do you agree with that, Have Hope?
Sorry, man. Look, straight facts, yeah? Straight facts. That scoring the UCL winning goal buys you some time. But Terry, that time is running out, man. I mean, it's a great thing to do and everything, but bro, 70 mil most expensive signing, that time is running out because, yeah, man, like you've got to do a bit something, man. Yes, it's great what you did. It was an amazing moment for Chelsea, but yeah, the guy just it's like. And my thing is that is it Havertz or is it Tuchel? Maybe we'll find that out when he's under Hansi Flick at the World Cup now. But yeah, Havertz, man, nah. He's not been it, bro. He's not been it. But there's a quality player that he is talented. Timo Werner has no talent. Timo Werner is stealing a living. I do not know how that spy managed to be professional.
Timo Werner is almost impossible to get rid of, though. He's on 275,000.
Terry, there has to be a way. Terry, use your banking skills. How do we get rid of this dude?
How you get rid of him is you probably got to wait another year or so for his contract to run down. And eventually what you'll have to do, if he doesn't improve, is you'll have to let him leave for free so that a club can subsidize the wages he will demand and the fee together. So if they were willing to pay 20 million for him and pay him 100 grand a week, you guys might have to forego the vast majority of that transfer fee so they can put it into his wages. At least then you've got rid of him. That may be the only way to move him on.